So when anybody's submitting a PPP application, they have to certify in good faith that they had current economic uncertainty to make this loan request necessary to support the ongoing operations of the applicant. But on May 13th, the SBA put out a question that kind of made people question what that actually meant. And the question is, how will SBA review borrowers' required good faith certification concerning the necessity of their loan request?
As you said, there was a lot of concern. I know in our office, we've been putting together a package on documentation, getting ready that has to be submitted back to the banks at the end of the 8-week period of the PPP. And in doing so, the very first question, as you said there, was that you had to certify whoever was signing the PPP for the business that in good faith this was necessary as part of our recovery. And I can say from some of our clients, it was like they were almost like afraid to answer that. What SBA did is they said that any loans under $2 million, we're going to give you a safe harbor for answering that question on good faith of why you needed the loan. Kind of step back, and I think it's really important because all of a sudden things were flying everywhere. The documentation for the PPP loan that you got to give to the bank is still exactly the same. What this safe harbor did was only for the first question of a good faith statement, I needed the money, just to keep in good faith. So if you're over $2 million, then they have the right to do an investigation. They have a right to do an audit to see whether you really needed the money or not. And in certain areas, there were people getting the PPP loan just because it was available. And so what they did is said, hey, we can't go auditing everybody on their good faith. What we're going to do is we're going to say anything under $2 million, we're going to rely upon the local lender, the local bank, to have said these people needed the money. But the important takeaway is that this safe harbor that SBA put out there, Thursday, is strictly they will not audit the reason why you needed the loan. And they're not going to audit the question in good faith. Did you need this money if your loan is under $2 million? But the documentation you have to have for the loan, all the other questions you still have to do. It's still has to be documented. And that's why with us that we're working with a lot of clients, because also what we have found is banks are very inconsistent in what they're requiring. We're working with local banks. We talked to one bank for a client and they go, well, keep good records. Another one was, we got a spreadsheet. We need all this documentation stuff. Another one was, we'll want to see your financial statement and payroll reports. So there's not a lot of guidance. And actually, there is a request that the small business that got the PPP loan, there's actually a request to the lender that I want this forgiven. That guidance isn't out as we speak now. So in summary, the safe harbor is only to give you a free pass on the good faith question that you needed the loan. The rest of the documentation you're going to have. The actual format, there's no real guidance from SBA, and the written statement requesting the debt forgiveness. So in summary, you still have to do your documentation. If you got the PPP, that documentation has to be provided after that 8-week period.
And I hope that this clarified exactly what this question from May 13th had to say. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Hope this helps.